Okie doke. Here we've got the final setup for the energy drain contagion lich. Um, First off, skills. Um, right off the bat, Sigil of Power. Use staff in your offhand and get Sigil of Power. So strong. Um, it does a stacking 15% more spell damage with 4 separate stages, so a total of 60%, depending on how much mana you spend on it while standing inside it. Since our build has the Necromantic Conduit, losing mana, plus these high level skills with all of these boosts, we spend a lot of mana very quickly and get that up very quickly. Energy Drain is our main bread and butter skill. Uh, Mobility I like just for the movement. You can swap this out with a few different things. Some people use Zenith. I don't like Zenith because I don't stack as much mana regeneration, so my mana's not full much. Can also use Glaciation, which sounds a bit odd, but paired with Chaotic Freeze and Contagion, Glaciation in your energy drain will cause that Chaotic Freeze in Contagion to build up a lot faster. Something you can try out. Um, Contagion itself, Arcane Surge in here is actually really nice because you get it by spending 100% of your mana, and as mentioned before, with these ridiculous plus 10 levels from global modifiers in the spells, it's costing us 291 mana, and combined with Necromantic Conduit loss, this is just going berserk. It's just a couple of casts to get it down to 100% and hit that Arcane Surge to spare. Burning Inscription just for a little bit of extra damage and utility. Withering Presence. Blink. We don't have enough spirit to reserve this, but by putting it only on our swap, so on our Sigil of Power, whenever we swap to cast Sigil of Power, we also have Blink available. So if you're in a pinch, you can just swap and blink if you get surrounded by a big pack or something. Convalescence. Unearth. Blasphemy. Dark Effigy. Frostbomb. Oh, this is a bit of a throwback. Um, I brought this back into the build because I ran into something which happened quite a lot. And that is, I don't know if it's a bug or not, but expedition monsters all being immune. And I'm talking like not only taking reduced damage, but completely immune to all my chaos spells. And I just like sitting there with a 100 psychopaths in front of me, hitting them with millions and millions of damage, and their health bars are just not moving. And it started happening again and again and again. And yeah, a problem. So, Frost Bomb. Put this back in, and crafted up this very quite nice uncut skill gem. Unset ring to get extra skill slot. Let's have a quick look at the passive tree. Now, it's very simple, the passive tree. Like it looks a bit complicated, but it's actually very simple. Easiest way to explain it is just search in here for what you need. Now, R3 All-Stars on this build are Chaos Damage, Spell Damage, and percent maximum energy shield. That's like our triptych, our three most important things to get. We also wanting mana regeneration. We are wanting a little bit of ailment threshold from energy shield. And we're also wanting a little sprinkle of things like curse magnitude and crit rates, cast speed. Now, I focused on spell damage, chaos damage, and energy shield, so that gives me both damage and tankiness, but I could quite easily take out some of these energy shield nodes and put them in to things like crit if I wanted to. But mainly chaos damage, spell damage, maximum energy shield. Yeah. Now, it's at the point now where my gear is pretty cracked. This is not starting gear by any means. This is a mixture of gear I've crafted myself, founders drops, and a couple of pieces I've bought on the auction house, and the pieces that I've bought to I think it was my gloves and my amulets, the two pieces I bought, were extremely expensive. Put it like that. To replace any of these pieces. The wand is the piece where I think I can improve the most. Specifically, it's got a bad corruption, and you can also get up to +5 level. So I've all chaos spell skills. I've actually got a wand with +5, but this one has got good enough other modifiers that it's still better than my +5 wand. Rings. Obviously, that 6% increased lightning damage is useless. Then the corruption, not so great, but everything else in there is pretty good. Gloves. Belt. Well, with the belt, I opted to go for a plate belt, and I spent ages looking for a good plate belt with the stuff I needed. Lots of. I got this one actually through Recombinator. The one time it actually worked was a 13 point something chance to work, I think, to get the ones I wanted, but it worked, which is nice. But it's 2 armor rolls, basically. And I've always found that when you're building an energy shield character, the biggest weakness really is lots of little hits taken in a quick amount of time from a big pack of monsters. And we used to obviously have Grim Feast to solve that. Don't now, so a little bit of armor is actually really nice. And Star of the Builders, this chest piece with regards to armor, would gain 49% of maximum mana as armor. So I end up having a decent chunk of armor, which is just really, really nice against those little hits. And this particular um, chess piece is really nice because it solves the spirit need as well, which to get Covalescence, um, what's the other two? Withering Presence and Blasphemy running all at the same time. Obviously, Azeri's Domain in combination with main thing here is the bypasses Energy Shield. Boots. They're one of my favourite pieces. Triple res, 13% movement speed with a corrupted double socket. This was like the find of my run, I think. Either that or the chess piece was, yeah. Focus could be better. Would like to have another damage roll. Um, chaos damage instead of that. Instead of something on there, but yeah. And this amulets, which is something I bought just the other day, cost me, I think, 3 divines altogether. Um, 1 divine for the amulet itself, and 2 for the materials to anoint spaghettification. Reason I like spaghettification is it's a big. I'm not really building into cast speed on this build. I've got a bit of it, but it's not priority. And spaghettification gives us 3% movement speed and 29% chaos damage, which is nice. And a bunch of attributes which we use both intelligence and strength on this build. Strength to wear this chest piece, and also strength gives us maximum life, which with this gives us energy shield, and intelligence obviously gives us mana, and we not only use mana for our resource pool, we're also double dipping with this to 49% of maximum mana as armor. And we've also taken this node here, 3% increased spell damage per 100 maximum mana, so both intelligence and strength are doing something for us. Dexterity is kind of a dump attribute, but yeah. And yeah, that's it. Go.